Suddenly, a wave of severe weather has moved through La Ronge. Now this could be a serious problem for our airplanes flying in and out of the city airport. So I'm checking out the weather, and then we'll call everyone together for a general flight briefing.
Everyone, every radar.
Oh my goodness, look at that, eh?
So it's 10 minutes old, the last frame's 10 minutes old, so all that went over us.
Yeah, but it's pretty thin though.
I think you probably generally came up with pretty much good VFR for the route for most of the day with showers and thunderstorms, is that right?
That's in a nutshell, that is correct. Like I say, that I'm far at Stony Rapids right now, the 800-foot ceiling should burn off by the time you guys get up there.
Today, the Navajo will be part of a group of 20 aircraft heading north to the 60th parallel to do some fishing. The mandate of our flights are to get private pilots out of their home base and into areas that they might not venture on their own. Our trip to Stony Rapids will really push these boundaries because we're going right up to the border of the Northwest Territories and will be not very far from the extent of the tree line. This is sparsely settled areas with no roads and very few airports. So to fly up here, you need to have lots of fuel reserves, a good weather envelope, and you need to be sharp with your navigation because there are no landmarks. This is what northern flying is all about. This is why our crews have come here from downtown Toronto and Vancouver.
Try out a bit of fishing and see how it turns out. Maybe we can catch one, got some length to it.
From here, it's a short ride to the fishing lodge where the idea is to spend a day hanging out by the lake. Now, some of our crews I know will stay much longer. This is the Saskatchewan that very few people get to experience, 500 kilometers away from the nearest highway. I spent my whole life trying to get that monster northern pike, so I'm here on Black Lake to do it.
Well, there is some big ones here.
Are there?
Yeah.
Have you taken me to the right spot?
Well, I sure hope so.
Okay, so, and I've got a 5 of diamonds.
Yeah, that's a very popular.
Whoa! Holy smokes! I had a hit right off the bat. Tell me what kind of fish are in here.
There's anything from whitefish, walleye, pike. In the just up back behind, I guess, there's Arctic grayling and lake trout.
And the rivers here run north.
Yes.
And they made it all the way up here.
Yep.
90% of the fish are in 10% of the lake, right?
Well, actually, you got the fish finder, you can look, and there's fish all over.
So in this place, it's 90% of the fish are in 90% of the lake.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
They are, yeah.
Well, I know that Saskatchewan has been, because I've been coming up here now for over 10 years, and I fished a lot of the lakes, and I can say it's one of the most progressive provinces when it comes to conservation in Canada.
Yeah.
They're way ahead of a lot of other areas. A lake like this is just not harvested.
No.
And here it is, probably one of the 10 nicest days of the entire year here,
Yeah.
right here, right now. No bugs,
No
no wind, nice temperature, not too hot.
Yeah.
Fish are biting, and look. Can you see another boat? There isn't a boat out here. Oh,
Back
there's
home.
my fish. There it is. Well, this is northern Saskatchewan fishing. It's a little jack.
Yeah.
That's a really small fish for here.
Yes, it is.
And yet, if we were, in other parts of Canada, that'd be a good catch. So we'll throw him back and get his daddy. That was what, about 6 casts? Yeah, lots of life. Well, I'm really impressed. I think that was really good. I mean, that's what it's
Sort of
all
worth
about.
it?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Coming in here and well, let's see if we can get another one.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't be surprised if we don't.
The water in northern Saskatchewan is pure and cold. The Stony Rapids here have given the name to both the town and the airport. It's time to relax before tomorrow's flight and hang out at the lodge to swap fishing stories and to plan the flight into the abandoned ghost town. Tomorrow will be a big day, so it's hard to soar like an eagle in the morning, if you stay up all night with the owls. So everybody retires early.
Caught some great fish yesterday. I had a nice 10-pound jack on there, and he came up and just danced right on top of the water. And then last night after supper, I was using my fly rod, and that fly rod just had a bend in it like you wouldn't believe, and just, you know, a beautiful fish.
So where are you heading now?
Uranium City.
Oh, you're going to go to, okay,
Yeah.
we're on our way there too. So.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see you in New City tonight then.
Yes.
Good. This morning's flight will be our last and most remote leg. We are right up at the top of Saskatchewan and flying along the southeast end of Lake Athabasca. Now, this is home to the Athabasca Sand Dunes, which stretch for about 100 kilometers along the south shore of the lake. This is the largest active sand surface in all of Canada and one of the most northern sets of major dunes in the world. We are flying over an ecosystem with plants that are different than anywhere else on the planet. Then it's a beeline across the lake into our ghost town discovery.
We just arrived, and we have arrived here today in Uranium City. Great trip. It's wonderful up in northern Saskatchewan, the lakes, the scenery, it's absolutely fantastic.
Oh. Yeah. I can fly around the country, I just can't find my car. At one time, Uranium City was home to 6,000 people. It boasted all the amenities of a modern city, but there were two problems with the town. First, there were no roads. It was isolated. And the second problem was that the entire economy was built around one thing, and that was uranium mining. So when the United States stopped buying uranium, everyone was immediately thrown out of work in this little town. Now, it's a ghost town. Well, this was a store of some kind. Isn't this sad? Holy cow. There's a fluorescent tube lights along here, so it was a commercial building. Maybe a restaurant or something? Wow. It's sad to see something like this. You know, it changed too. You know, 10 years ago I would have come in here and thought, oh, isn't this neat? And now I'm thinking, it's not so neat. So you decided to retire and come here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
And what did you think when, whose idea was it?
Ken's, come on out, dear. You'll be on TV, not me.
Whose idea was this to come out here?
To come live up
I like
here.
that handshake. You know, he grabs the hand and he pulls it like this. It all came to an end very quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, they did announce the closing, and I mean, I'm sure it shocked everybody. You know, the ones that had houses here and lived here, this was their home, you know, and it was probably tough for a lot of them to leave, and the same thing with their businesses, especially.
Financially, the houses too, the mortgage, because you have a house here that's worth nothing. If you move south, how do you get another mortgage?
Well, I know some of them were allowed to walk away without having to declare bankruptcy and all that stuff. I know some people toughed it out.
It was very stressful, though.
Yeah.
People were
Oh,
really
yeah.
stressed.
No, people were
People
stressed.
have beautiful homes. There's some beautiful homes here.
So Dan, how long have we known each other? When did we meet?
Oh, I think we've been knowing each other for the last 15 years, 14 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And I must say you haven't changed a bit.
Well, no, I try not to.
You live in the suburbs of Uranium City.
I live 12 miles away.
But 12 miles in the city might take 15 minutes. It's a little longer for you to get out there, right?
Takes me about an hour to drive there. Because my roads are not the best roads.
So, again, it's really hard for someone who's watching this in the city to absolutely imagine what it would be like to live out here.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful. There's, like you say, the town is not much, but once you get outside of the town itself, You got all the things you need. You get hunting, fishing, the best of scenery. Everything you need is right here.
What was up here?
This was all houses. There was houses all along this side here. Pretty well all these streets were all right tight with houses. Yeah?
Was it ever paved?
No, all gravel here. The only pavement we had was right down Main Street. Yeah, that was it.
So there's the first traffic I've seen all day.
That's Eddie.
Cheryl, tell me about living here.
It's relaxing, definitely. Just do what you want when you want, and just, you know, and people are very friendly. You go visit and.
But is there any place where people collect?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that?
Dean's at the gas station. So we always go for coffee twice a day.
You know, like whenever there is a July 1st celebration and stuff, like I could probably safely say at least 85% of the communities always attends all those things. We're having a town cleanup and there's like 27 people there. Somebody says, well, not many people showed up. Well, if you look at the percentage, you know, like 30-some% of the town showed up for a cleanup. Where would you find that? Not in any city or town that I've ever lived in. You know what I mean?
There's Vince. This is the building here. This is the one they Kasner redone this building. They put about $1 million in there.
In this building here?
In this building. That used to be the town offices and the game warden's office, and all that was in this building here. And then they realized that they had put 50 bedrooms in there for men, but they didn't put any windows in any of the bedrooms. So you can't have a bunkhouse without windows in the bedrooms, because you have to have some kind of an escape route. You have to have fresh air. So they put $1 million in there, and now it's garbage. Yeah, this is the main street right there.
This is the main street?
Right there. That's the main street.
Right here?
Yep.
And listen to how quiet it is.
Yeah, no traffic, no nothing. It's perfect.
You bought?
I bought a lot, and it was only cost me $250 for the lot, and that's a corner lot, and it's a good big corner lot.
Here?
Yeah, in Uranium City. And I got to pay $50 for title changeover. So it cost me $300 for a nice corner lot in Uranium City.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to put a little house on it. When I retire, I'm going to move in and stay in town instead of living away out in the bush. For $300, you can't go wrong. Not that I can find anyway.
That's incredible.
It's been a good trip.
Oh yeah, it's been a great trip.
Oh, it's been fantastic. It's been a good adventure. Really enjoying the camaraderie with all the other pilots.
Learned a lot about weather and navigation.
It was fantastic. Absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah, I'll be here next year for sure. Guaranteed.
The Century Flight Club is all about exploring Canada by air. The stops along the way have been steeped in history, the fishing has been terrific, and there's been good times around an open fire. Between stops, the flying has been spectacular. I'm John Lovelace, and we'll see you again next week on West Coast Escapes Television.
Looking for more information on features you've seen on today's show? Then visit our website at westcoastescapestv.com. Do you have comments or story ideas for West Coast Escapes? If so, then email us at info@westcoastescapestv.com. DVDs of West Coast Escapes TV are available by single copy or complete box set. Go to our online store at westcoastescapestv.com.
Let's blue sky.